Oboro Boye Boshishe Alafia. My name is Orilonise, and I am a Ifa devotee of the Yoruba tradition known as Isheshe Lagba. Today what I want to talk about is the differences between Ifa, what Ifa is, and what witchcraft is, because there seems to be, in a lot of people's perception, a blurred line between the two. And I want to explain that there's a very clear difference between that. So what we want to talk about first is what is witchcraft? What is magic? What is sorcery? A way to summarize this would be energy manipulation, or the manipulation of elements in order to get a particular outcome or manifest a particular desire, etc. It is using the forces of nature, or using elements, ingredients, and different things to, manipulate the circumstances around it. You can see this, with people who cast charms, or people who, create potions, or people who, practice, certain rituals, different things, candle magic, different things like that, in order to, like I said, manipulate the elements around them or circumstances around them in order to get a desired outcome. Ifa. Ifa essentially is a divination system. First and foremost, it is a system of divination that is being used by the Yoruba people for thousands and thousands of years. Ifa is synonymous with the Orisha known as Orumila, who is the grand priest of Ifa. He represents the voice of Oludumare, right? And he is the revealer of our prenatal choice, or the choices and decisions and agreements that we made prior to coming here on Earth. So when you go for Ifa divination, if you go for a regular consultation, they're going to be able to reveal the certain things that are privy to you at that period of time, and the do's and don'ts needed for you to stay in alignment with your destiny or your Ori. What is Ori? Ori represents your destiny or your head, right? It is what we've come down to earth with, right? And when we stay in alignment with our Ori, we are in alignment with fulfilling our destiny, all right? So when you get into the Ifa tradition, whether it be Isheshe or Lukumi, and you go for things like Ishefa, it will reveal deeper layers that apply to your entire life, and the do's and don'ts and the proper appeasements that need to be made in order for you to stay in alignment with your Ori. So this is very different from witchcraft, as we're not manipulating the energies to, get something that, that is just a particular desired outcome. It's more so that we can receive all the blessings that Olodumare has for us. so that we may never steer off the path too far that will keep us from not achieving our destiny. So I like to consider it more of, energy reinforcement for you to stay in path with what is already meant for you in the first place. Witchcraft is more of, I'm going to, manipulate the energies to get a desired outcome. Sometimes whether it's meant for me or not, and those are some of the differences. And am I saying this to say that one is better than the other or one is bad? No, because there is witchcraft within Isheshe. There is witchcraft within Lukumi. There is witchcraft within the Christian church. There is witchcraft within Islam. There is witchcraft within Hinduism, Buddhism. Pretty much anywhere you look, you can find witchcraft. But would you say that just because witchcraft goes on in the Baptist church, that, all Baptists are witches? No. Many of you will find that, if you come into Ifa, it can be revealed that, you should stay away from things like witchcraft or casting charms or relying on, sorcery and things like that. And I really want to make that point clear, because a lot of people just on the surface have an idea of, the Hollywood ideas that they have on things like Vodun, that they have on Ifa, and things like that. So they're thinking that, Isheshe and Santeria Lukumi is all, we're just a bunch of sorcerers running around, casting, no, we're not, we're not doing those things. We're, we are staying in alignment with our destiny and receiving the blessings that's already meant for us, and making the proper appeasements based on the agreements that we had prior to coming to Earth. And you actually find this across many cultures, outside of just, Isheshe. So, throughout whatever traditions, there are people who are going to, harness those energies and for selfish gain, or, use it, to amplify their greed and things like that. But is that the basis of what these traditions are about? Absolutely not. So I definitely wanted to make that point clear, is that, there's a clear difference between, what witchcraft is and, traditional ancestral practice. Ifa and Isheshe is a traditional ancestral practice that is meant to keep you in alignment with your Ori. And later on in future videos, we can dive a little deeper into what Ori is. And I also have, some more videos coming later on, shortly after this one. So definitely wanted to go in on this subject here. If there's anything that, anybody wants to add to this conversation, if you feel like I might have left anything out, or do you think I'm wrong? Hey, let's talk about it. And, let's have a healthy discussion. Let's have a healthy discussion. So, once again, my name is Orilonise. I pray that Olodumare blesses you all with longevity. Goodbye for now. Aboro boye boshishe, aboto, ashori warrior form. Ashe.